friends! Today we're going to do some yoga together. We're going to get into our bodies, we're going to move our bodies, and we're going to feel better after we do so. So let's get into it. I highly suggest warming up before this. I just did a few miles on the bike, so this is going to be my cool down stretch routine that I have for you guys. So let's begin by tuning in to our bodies. Start to bring awareness to the breath. Breathing deep into the belly, through the nose, and out through the mouth. Feel free to sigh here. Again, breathing in through the nose, deep into the belly. Relax the shoulders, pausing at the top for a second and release through the mouth. Good. A few more times here. And if you would like to, feel free to close your eyes. Amazing. Now see how your body feels after that, after those breaths. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel more grounded? So we are gonna start off in our plank. So go ahead, tabletop. So we're gonna go ahead and get into tabletop. It is gonna be wrist under our shoulders and knees under our hips. So if you want, I'm actually going to turn this so you can see it better. So tabletop, making sure our back is nice and straight. Our neck is straight, so you can look at me, and then once you get the posture down, go ahead and straighten out your neck and relax it. Relax the shoulders here, engaging the core. Go ahead and take a few cat-cows. So inhale, drop the belly, bend the elbows slightly, lift the gaze. Send that tailbone up nice and high, and exhale, round the spine, squeezing the glutes. And inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and increase the speed. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more round. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Come back to our neutral tabletop position. We're going to bring our feet behind us. Coming into our plank, making sure that we are nice and straight. Our spine is nice and straight here. Good. Bring some forward movement and backward movement to this plank. Beautiful. We're gonna send those hips up. Walk our feet in just a little bit. Coming into our downward dog. My glasses always fall off when I do this. So here, we're gonna bend our knees just a little bit. We're gonna tuck that belly in towards the rib cage, towards the ceiling or the sky. Sending that tailbone towards the sky as well. My head is floating next to my elbows. My shoulders are as relaxed as they possibly can be. And lastly, I'm spreading my hands nice and wide so that I can create more surface area to keep my balance in this downward dog. And I'm breathing, of course, I am breathing nice and deep. We are breathing. Go ahead and walk your dog out. Good, lift that right. Oh. Lift that right leg all the way up, as far as it will go. Placing your weight into the left leg. Don't bite me. We can bend that knee, opening it up. Good. Now bring that knee towards the chest and come into a pigeon pose. So maybe we like to stay up here. I like this pose because it really stretches out the quads on that left side. Or maybe you come down onto forearms, and that is good for the right leg, the right thigh, and quad. I'm staying here for a few seconds, breathing with me. And now I'm gonna turn myself, walking myself over to the left side. I'm gonna pick up that back leg. If this feels good to you, you can stay here. You can bring the leg all the way out here and just work with it like that. Wherever you are is perfectly okay. Good. Go ahead and release that. We're gonna tuck that back foot onto our mat. We're gonna bring our hands back in front of us, lift that knee off the ground. We're gonna send this right leg all the way back on up. Beautiful. Oh yeah. Good. Bring that left or right leg down. Reset our downward dog. Walk it out. And we'll come into the left side now. So we're in our downward dog. Let's go ahead and lift that left leg on up towards the sky, nice and long, reaching. Breathing. Bend that knee, open that leg up. And then we're gonna bring that knee all the way to the front of the mat into our pigeon pose on the left side. So again, we can stay here. We can lower ourselves all the way down. trying not to this chair. Didn't really give myself enough space for this, but it's okay. It's fine. That's the beauty of yoga. Is you realize that being uncomfortable is okay. So go ahead and walk yourself over to the right side, pick up that right foot. Feeling that nice stretch in our quad. Good. Release that. Pointing our toes onto the mat. We're gonna lift that right knee, sending it back. We're gonna come into our downward dog. Good. Go ahead and drop both knees, sending the hips back. And we're gonna take a child's pose for a few breaths here. And so for our child's pose, we can either have our knees apart, allowing the belly to sink down onto the mat, or we can have our knees together if that feels better for you. So wherever you are, sink into this child's pose, resting the forehead onto the mat, reaching the hands towards the front of your mat. Breathing deep into the belly, and exhaling out of the mouth. Good. Go ahead and lift the gaze towards the front of your mat. Spread those hands nice and wide. We're gonna send our hips back on up into our tabletop. Tucking our toes. We're gonna send our hips up into downward dog, our last one of the practice. Lift that right leg on up. We're gonna again bring that knee to the front of the mat, into our chest, stepping into our lunge. Good. We're gonna straighten that leg out, scoot that back leg in a few inches, and coming down into triangle pose. Walk your hands towards the middle of the mat. Coming into a straddle. Allow the head to dangle between the legs, maybe sway back and forth, bringing movement into the hips. Bending our knees a little bit more. We're going to allow our head to drop down, allowing gravity to do the work here. And see if you can empty out all of the air in your lungs and see how that feels. allowing the gravity to create space within the spine. Good. Straighten those legs. We're going to place our left hand in the middle of our mat. Right arm comes up towards the sky. Nice and strong here, engaging that tummy. Good. Release. Come back down, and we'll take it to the left side. So right arm comes to the middle, and left arm up. So I'm both pressing into the earth and pulling away from the earth here. Good. Bring it down. We're going to walk ourselves over to the left side, coming into our lunge. So we're lunging on the left side now. Breathing here, keeping our awareness on our breath and our body, making sure our spine is as straight as it can be, stacking the knee over the ankle. Good. Again, we're going to straighten that left leg. We're going to bring our right foot in a few inches. Keeping both legs straight, if that feels good to you. And we're going to walk ourselves to the middle. Our feet are facing to the sides of our mat now. Begin to bend into the knees, left and right, keeping our hands on the ground to support. Good. And we're going to come to the right side. We're going to drop our butt down, bringing our legs back to, or back out in front of us rather. Put my glasses back on now that I can see. Grab some water if you would like. And we're going to start wrapping up here with one of my favorite stretches that targets the piriformis and the glutes. Bending both legs, bringing the hands behind us, fingertips away. We're gonna lean back a little bit just so we can get our leg in there. So whichever leg you want to start with. We're going to be placing our ankle on top of the opposite knee. And for some people, this may be enough for them. So from here, we're going to lift up through the chest. And if that seems like not enough for you, you can always bring this foot in a little bit more, lock your arms in a little bit, and now you should be able to feel that stretch all within the the left side, or whichever side your foot is up. Yeah. Breathing here. Creating space between the hips. Good. Without removing this ankle from the knee, we're just gonna drop this leg down and we're gonna grab the foot, keeping this ankle right above the knee. We don't want it resting on it because that would be uncomfortable for this position. Go ahead and slowly begin to lower down, dropping the head. And slowly come back on up. And we'll go ahead and take it to the next side. So breaking both legs back on out. This time I'm going to take my left leg, bending, and my right leg's gonna come over the top, finding the best position or the best angle for you, whether you have your leg out more or towards you more. Go ahead and lift through the chest, lifting the gaze towards the sky. Breathing nice and deep. And go ahead, come on out of this by lengthening that bent leg, keeping that ankle above the knee here. We're gonna go ahead and drop down nice and slow. Allow the head to be the last thing that drops. Good, come on back up. We're gonna unbend this leg. We're gonna shake it out, lifting the arms above the head. Inhale, exhale all the way down. Bending the knees generously here. We're gonna keep the stomach on our thighs. We're gonna just allow our body to fall on top of our legs. Let the head fall between the knees if you can get there. Take a few breaths, relaxing into this pose, surrendering, sending yourself some gratitude for taking the time to stretch with me today. And even short little practices like this can bring a lot of good and a lot of benefit to our lives. Whenever you're ready, come on back to seated position, to crisscross. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you guys soon. I wish you guys all a good holiday. Take care.